9 new confirmed cases over the weekend. 15 of those were here in Lagos. COVID is still with us, so I beg, be careful out there. I should mention, by the way, that the state government is already administering the second dose of the vaccine for those who got the first one. You heard Wemimo tell you what the numbers are. Large number of people who got the first dose haven't gone back to get the second dose. What's up with that, my people? Go back and get your second dose. If you're one of us, remember to check that card that you were giving for your appointment day. If you already missed it, no worries. Just go walking to where you took the first one and get your second one. Go back to that same health center and get your second one. Make sure that you do it though. Because remember that the vaccine doesn't work at full capacity until you get the second dose. And everybody, vaccinated or not, you still have to take precautions right now. Limit your movements, wear a mask when you go out, keep your distance from people when you can, and wash and sanitize your hands as often as possible. We're hearing details of a new variant. Yes, another new variant of COVID-19 is called the Delta variant. That's the thing about this virus. It's a race against time. The more time we take before everybody gets vaccinated, the more time we're giving the virus to mutate and become more and more deadly. We don't have a lot of information on this new mutation yet, but as soon as we do, I will share it with all 1 million of you. 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. They come here for their hard facts. Starting with the big weekend. Let's talk about Democracy Day demonstrations. We had lots of marches in different towns across the country. So we're going to talk about how they went. We're going to talk about what you thought about them because that's the biggest story that broke from this weekend. It is the big weekend after all. And on the big weekend, we talk about the biggest news stories from the weekend before that Monday. On Madam Landlord, let's talk about why some landlords don't rent to some groups of people. We started this conversation on our last episode 2 Mondays ago. You remember? I got a lot of phone calls on this subject from you and hundreds of messages. So many of you wanted to join the conversation, but there wasn't enough time, so we're continuing today. If you are a landlord and you have a certain group of people that you don't rent to, call us at 4 o'clock and tell us why. What led you there? If you're somebody who rents properties and you've experienced discrimination when it comes to finding somewhere to rent, tell us about it. Tell us about why you were discriminated against. Today, 4 o'clock, that's when that conversation will come your way. At 5 o'clock, I will talk about the state of our democracy with Kingsley Moghalu. Kingsley Moghalu is a former deputy governor of the central bank, and he also ran for president in 2019 on the YPP ticket. So he'll be joining me at 5 o'clock. You can watch live. Today's a good day to actually watch the show, right? Because I have a lot to show you. So Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube Nigeria Info FM. News updates will come your way at the top of every hour. If you want to win on Just a Minute, yes, it's a holiday, but we're still going to play Just a Minute. We'll still give you a chance to win 10 grand. And the only way to win, on this show at least, is to listen to every single thing I say. If you listen to every single thing I say, your chances of winning increases. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos, and these are your hard facts.
The big weekend.
Did you participate in the Democracy Day demonstrations? Why did police tear gas demonstrators in Lagos? You heard, what's his name now? The police PRO, Frank Mba, talk about why the tear gas protesters. He says that that's actually in line with the international best practices. Should more governors have joined the demonstrators like Makinde did in Oyo? And do you think the Twitter ban gave more fuel to these demonstrations? It was a big weekend, Lagos. Let's talk about it. Like I said earlier, the biggest story this weekend was the Democracy Day marches on Saturday. So we're going to stay on that, right? You had lots of Nigerians who were saying that they were not happy with the current state of democracy, and so they got out into the streets to make their voices heard. Here in Lagos, demonstrators gathered at Gani Fawemi Park. They were singing, they were carrying placards, they were marching along the roads. They were. They also fired shots. you had police doing that. Police were the ones who are firing the shots. Sorry, not the singers now. Police fired shots. They fired tear gas. It was a sad sight. Let me just say that. It was a sad sight. And then you also had the police firing tear gas. They were firing live rounds. They were firing rubber bullets. And I want you to hear from an eyewitness. If you are watching our live stream at the moment on Facebook and on YouTube, you're going to be able to see her. If you are not on our live stream, you're still going to be able to hear the audio of this protester talking about what happened, giving an account of what she saw in front of her shop.
I'm tired of what is happening in Ojota now. In Lagos, throughout the world. In fact, I don't expect what is happening because the students that came for protection this morning, they are not with ammunition. They are not with any cutlass. They are not with guns. They are protesting peacefully. And I wonder why the police should come and be arresting them, shooting guns against them. I think it is not normal. It's not proper. We are in Nigeria. Those of us that does not have money to send our family to abroad, what did they want us to do? We are suffering here. Everyone is suffering in Lagos. We are buying Gary at the rate of 1,000, 1,500 naira. Gary that even no one that is recognizing it in anywhere before. It has turned to a goal for everybody. Why this is happening? And people that come out for the protection against all this, they are shooting against them. I don't know why it should be. I don't know why it should be in this way. And government should have something to do about it. They want to kill the poorest. We that doesn't have money to feed our family. We are just managing ourselves, suffering like a guy. He's talking a book. Yesterday, the guy was sharing a chest around me here. I was even almost crying with him. Why is it like this? It's not supposed to be like this. My name is Wakola Debumi in Ojota.
Afterwards, the police commissioner, Hakeem Odumosu, spoke to the press, and he was asked why his men attacked protesters. And here's what he said.
That was that the road was blocked. I have the video evidences. They blocked the road here, and the traffic has extended to Odoyalaro going towards Maryland. They call it block, barricaded the road here now. So with tires, because I wrote right here, and the traffic has extended, so beyond, so Savilop going in. So that's great. The president, those coming to Lagos, those going outside Lagos cannot move, and we appeal. And I know very well that it is not the miscreants, those who are protesting with genuine interest that did that. So the miscreants within, no miscreants in Keja here. So they must have been those that massacred that and they infiltrated. So now we are saying, okay, the minimum force is just liberate the road. We liberated the road, so nobody injured, nobody, even the 7 people arrested, they released everybody immediately, and nobody in police custody. Because you just want the road to be liberated for people to move. So I don't go with wrong impression. You know Lagos Commercial Center. Anything that happens in Lagos now, it doesn't stop in Lagos, it goes outside the world. But the last day we are coming from all parts of the country to go to access Lagos. We have loaded our trucks now, so we have loaded fuel, we are going outside Lagos, and they block the road. You know the economic effect of that. You know the psychological effect, you know the security message. So that's why I liberated the road. We only liberated the road for people to move about their own business. And that has been going on.
So the CP says his officers only took action to remove barricades from the roads and that they used the minimum required force. Now, if you are watching our live stream, we're playing some more footage from the police operation. This time there's no audio, so let me describe it for the rest of you. Now, of course I can afford to play a little bit of audio from this reporter from News Central who was out on the field, who was talking about his own experience.
Because of that, they had to fire canisters of tear gas. At least 7 canisters have been fired. It's difficult to see out here, and the shots are continuing. So now on the road, you can hardly find anybody. Everybody's leaving the road. There's more police presence on ground now. We've had to put on our ID cards so that we can be differentiated from the protesters. But that is currently the situation on ground right now.
All right, Ben, if you can't hear.
And if you're watching on Facebook, you're seeing the tear gas, you're seeing the reporter wipe his eyes, you're seeing the roads, you're seeing what the police themselves are doing. And the road is clear, by the way, I have to mention. What that means is that the police have already cleared the protesters from the roads. They've removed the barricades. But in the video that we're seeing police officers chasing protesters, demonstrators on the roadside, right? They're chasing them in petrol stations. They're chasing them near shops. They're chasing them on sidewalks. The police are actually arresting demonstrators who are not on the road. And we see a police officer put his hands in front of the camera in what looks like an attempt to stop the recording. We can even hear the reporter say, keep shooting, keep rolling, right? And of course, we have more footage of police officers going into a taxi park near the road to catch protesters. I hope you're watching on Facebook. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. Nigeria Info 99.3.
Don't run. You don't need to. You are protected. A bit of altercation there. Yeah, let's stay together. Let's stay together.
Now, based on this footage, I want to know if you agree with the Commissioner of Police that his officers only used minimal force and only used it to remove barricades from the roads. By the way, police in Abuja also tear gassed and shot at demonstrators on Saturday. You heard Frank Amba say that that was done according to international best practice. For all of last week and the week before, remember we've been talking about robberies here in Lagos. Do you remember? Robbers were striking on Eko Bridge day after day for about 6 days, and a lot of Lagosians were complaining about that. They were complaining that in spite of all the alarms being raised, police response was, in their opinion, quite slow. Not my opinion now, the opinion of people who were complaining about this. So yesterday, a lot of Lagosians on Facebook were asking, how come the police is able to mobilize with armored cars and trucks and tear gas and bullets to stop protesters and to clear a road? But Eko Bridge has been left unmanned for days, in spite of all the robberies. We do hope you're watching us on Facebook because we're showing you that footage, one of them from News Central, the other ones from users on Facebook and Instagram. Do you think the police handled the Democracy Day demonstrations properly? 0700-993-993 993 0700 993 993 993. You can also share your thoughts with us via WhatsApp, Facebook, obviously. Share your thoughts there as well. Nigeria Info 99.3, that's Facebook. And on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. If you share your thoughts there, we're going to take it as well. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Women, call us on 01465 7190. Did the police handle Democracy Day demonstrations properly? Do you think they did? Women, 01465 7190. 01465 7190. Men, call us on 0700-993 993 993. Hello, thank you very much for calling us. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. Hello, thank you for calling us. Hello. All right, if you call us, you have to turn your radio off. That way we can hear you. That's how this works. 99.3. Oh, no. Sorry. Call back if you can. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Femi's in Surulere. Hello, Femi.
Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate how within a very short period, Lagos State government mobilized police, provided them with equipment and all that. It was very strategic, and I really calculated it, and I looked at it was targeted exactly at June 12th because it was already all over the place that there were going to be a protest prior to that time. Okay. And you find out that if government really want to enforce things and make things to happen, they have the will to do it. I remember tweeting, those of us who still have coconut head sharp, I remember making a post regarding that. Severally, attacks in different places. We even discussed it on Hard Facts. And there's several attacks by robbers, people attacking, kidnapping and all that within the state. And you would not hear him from the police. You will not see any action. When you make calls to contact numbers and contact centers, sometimes it won't be reachable. Sometimes when you go there in person, they tell you you pay mobilization fees to fuel cars, fuel this and that. You hear all sorts of stories. But look at this. Within 23, 24 hours, they took up and they started mobilizing and strategically positioning themselves in places. So it's obvious and even as bright as day that if government really want to work, they would make things work.
Femi, thank you very much for calling. Chika in Ogun State is a first-time caller. Hello, Chika.
Hello, Sandra.
Thank you for calling. Good afternoon.
That's the Nigeria we find ourselves in. You see, you just made a valid point that the thieves or the pocket pickers are on the third mainland bridge, disturbing people, robbing people there. But they couldn't, assign any of the armed men to restore to restore peace, to make that place more tolerable for people, to make that place convenient for people to fly on.
Right.
The innocent protesters,
right,
with their armored car and be harassing. Even I watched the one of Abuja on the TV. The pro-Abuja and the pro-Buhari and anti-Buhari, they even want to fight. They started beating somebody. Right. And police were watching them. The two sides of protesters, I watched it that day on Saturday. They have even started beating one boy. If not that the boy ran away, they would have killed him there, the mob of the pro-Buhari protesters. They allowed those ones. Those ones are free to protest. But those ones, anti-Buhari, people that are against, the way governments are handling the policies of government and, insecurity and unemployment and, the corruption everywhere in the government, they are beating them up. And police were there. I watched it on television on that Saturday. Sandra, good day. This is the country we'll find ourselves. And tomorrow, somebody, in fact, good day.
Thank you, Chika, for calling. Matthew is from Satellite Town today. He's a first-time caller as well. Matthew, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Do you think the police in Lagos handled Democracy Day demonstrations properly?
Yeah, I don't think so, Sandra, honestly. I don't think so. In fact, what's going on in this country, honestly, I'm just surprised. Because why I actually called to contribute to the show is because of an information I got. Because where I work in the security department. Okay. And the Mopo, we work together. That is what he told me that I was surprised. Okay. Do you know what he told me that the IG instructed the police that they should shoot at protesters? This is what a police officer told me. We work together and we are in the same department, security department where I work. Okay. He himself, he told me that he was surprised that the IG should even give them that instruction, that they should shoot at protesters, that whoever is found there, that at the end of the day, that it will come to his table. So this is kind of country we come from, and this is what we find ourselves in Nigeria. So I don't think they handle it at all, honestly.
Matthew, thank you very much for calling. Ruben in Yaba, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, this is just a sign that this government is the police are only active when they are interested in suppressing the voices of the youth and the people, especially when they are against the policies of the government. I think that's the only time they are active. Criminality has been going on in Lagos for so long, and the policemen are always taking their eye off, taking their eye command, or they'll just take a walk. And these criminals are going around doing what they like. Eco Bridge, even that just bus stop itself. If you just see a child just walk up to you and tell you that if you don't give him money, you are not going anywhere. I said, I mean, walk for him. Egberos are everywhere, running this Lagos. But the police are not. I wanted to go to Chota yesterday. It was my leader prevented me. Seriously, this thing is too much. This Egbero problem, criminality problem is too much. And now we are just protesting against it. And guess what? They came out. The police. They came out and they are so active. When it comes to defenseless Nigeria, you see them active. When at the road, stopping us, hardworking people, and Boko Haram making their own, and this everything, you not see them anywhere. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Ruben, for calling. We've got Abiodun in Ogba. He's a first-time caller. Abiodun, welcome.
Good afternoon, Auntie Sandra.
Good afternoon. Good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear from you today,
Welcome.
In Lagos State, they are not handling all these protesters at all, because the way they are doing it here, they kill 2 people at Ogba.
When? Oh, no. Abiodun, we do hope you call back, because this is the first time I'm hearing that anyone died as a result of these protests. Meanwhile, in Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde briefly joined the demonstrators in Ibadan. He drove down to the venue, he walked into the crowd, and here's how they responded. If you're watching us on Facebook, we're also showing you videos of that. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3, YouTube Nigeria Info FM. You are hearing the jubilation, the appreciation from the demonstrators to see their governor join them. So far, it seems Makinde is the only governor who addressed any of the demonstrators on Saturday. And that got me thinking, do government officials have the right attitude towards demonstrators, towards demonstrations, period? I mean, we heard President Buhari in his interview last week say that the NSAS protesters wanted to overthrow him. And since then, we've heard from many of the protest coordinators, and they are all shocked by what the president said. They all insist that they were protesting against police brutality and that they were demanding that the president take action. So the question is, how did that translate to wanting to overthrow the president? And is it possible that other elected officials view protests in a similar way? Do elected officials see demonstrations not as a sign of the people being unhappy, but as an attempt to overthrow them? What do you think about Seyi Makinde joining the Ibadan protesters? Do you believe Nigerian government officials in general have a wrong attitude towards protests? Do you think they should be afraid of protests? Or do you think they should see protests as a form of feedback? Women, call me on 014657190. If you're a woman, dial this number 014657190. 014657190. If you're a man, 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. We're still showing you footage from the protests on Saturday on our Facebook feed and on our YouTube stream. Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Joseph is a first-time caller from Cotton today. Hi, Joseph.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, Joseph.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah. I come to realize that Lagos State in particular, I wouldn't know how to describe it. If you see what happened in Edo State, the governor provided security, tight security, to prevent hoodlums from hijacking the protest.
I see.
It was peaceful. No, the reverse is the case in Lagos State because we don't have competent governors. They are just there for being there. They are not active governors. It can never be active because it's just being placed there and being removed by somebody. Good day, Sandra.
Joseph, good day. Thank you for calling. Ofure is on the line. Ofure is in Yanok Baja today. Yannick Baja, actually. Welcome, Ofure. Yeah. Thanks for calling us.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so regarding why you said, why do politicians and public officers, why are they on their notion about protest?
Yes, I mean, do you think that they have a wrong attitude towards protests? Do you think they're afraid of protests? Or do you think they should see it as a form of feedback?
Yeah, they're supposed to see it as a form of feedback, but they don't. That's why they try to stop it. Because, for one, they don't want the world to actually see what these citizens are protesting about. They are probably ashamed, and they don't want to do the right things.
Okay.
You know, they try to stop it by all means, using police officers, shooting in the air, tear gassing the citizens.
Right.
That's what I feel, for one. Because take a look at this last protest now on June 12th. They didn't want it to come to fruition, obviously.
Right.
Because they know what they're doing is wrong.
Okay.
We all are citizens. We know these things. You know?
Okay.
So I don't know how possible it is, but I would love this country to change for the better. I don't know how possible it is. But because we are tired.
It is possible. Ofure, thank you very much for calling. We'll take a final call from Osunde in Ogun State. Hello, Osunde, who's a first-time caller as well. I love when we have first-time callers. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I'm happy. You heard what I don't know if it's the last caller was, that talked about what happened in my state, how the governor, Mr. Baseke, provided security.
Right.
Because, let me use our pidgin language, it don't know the Lagos.
Okay.
Yes. It don't know the Lagos.
Okay.
You see, what is happening in Lagos and other places is that they want to, or they are instigating using the taxpayers' money to empower the police to hunt the masses that they use thieves to get them vote for them. At the same time, they turn around for president, just in order to protect their ill-gotten, ill-acquired masses' wealth, and in order to remain in power. Likewise, you heard what the president said in Arise TV, that they want to use the NSAS to remove his government. This because they know they are not popular. They are using people's taxpayer to perpetrate and remain themselves in the office. But as an extent you push a go to the war, the revolution of Russia, if you can read it, you see, when they just like what is happening, the soldiers, the police will turn against those who ask them to
No.
change the masses.
Well, that would be a coup, and we don't want any coups, right? Because we are a democracy. We do love democratic governments. There are all kinds of freedoms that come with democratic governments that do not come with military or autocratic or those kinds of governments. So at all times, what we should be pushing for is a democracy. A democracy that works for us, that perhaps takes into account our peculiarities as a people, a democracy that learns from democracies in the world that work. I'm not even talking about America now, because America has her issues, but there are other countries where democracy works, right? So take a look at those countries, borrow a leaf from them, and make our own democracy works. Because I tell you something, right? A country where you are free, where you have rights, where those rights are upheld by the law, where rule of law takes the order of the day, far, far, far better than any country where these things don't exist. And speaking of, these demonstrations went beyond Lagos and Abuja. I told you about Ibadan, but there were marches in places like Port Harcourt as well, and a lot of you have been mentioning Benin. In fact, let me play you something from Benin. Where a young woman talked about why she was marching. If you're watching on Facebook and on YouTube, let me play that video for you. But if you can't watch, listen to her.
I can't believe Nigeria have this kind of security. Armed men everywhere. Rubber Zigan, TSS, military, police, everywhere. Because we want to protest, we can't be scared. If they shut up protesters like they shut up the National Assembly members, then Nigeria is finished. We can't be scared of our president in our own countries. We are not refugees, we are citizens. I pray man no comments. How? We rather die than keep short. I'd rather be a rebel than a slave. Yes.
And Nigerians in diaspora joined as well. There were marches in the US, there were marches in Canada, there were marches in the UK. Let me play something for you that happened at Trafalgar Square in London. If you're watching on Facebook, you're seeing Nigerians protesting in the UK. Facebook Nigeria Info 99.3, YouTube Nigeria Info FM. And many of the demonstrators in these various places, they brought up the Twitter ban. They were of the opinion that banning Twitter was undemocratic. And so Democracy Day was a perfect time to tell the government to reverse that decision. Now, I'm wondering if you agree with them. Do you think that government banning Twitter led to more people agreeing to join these demonstrations? Or do you think that these demonstrations would have been as big as they were anyway, even if government had not banned Twitter? Or do you believe that the demonstrations would have been even bigger if Twitter was still accessible? Lagos, call me on 014657190. 014657190. Ooh, I should mention as well that in Abuja, some people alleged that they were hired to protest in support of the president, and a fight broke out. Here's what that fight was about.
How much again? How much?
For 1,000 naira. That's what bring us come here. For 1,000 naira.
To support who? To support who?
Baba Buhari.
Have you collected your own 1,000? Have you collected your own?
I've never collected 1,000. 10,000 naira.
Your own is 10. How?
My own. Oga. Come here. I come here for 1,000.
Everybody has to grant it. Please stand there. Everybody has to grant it.
So they're alleging that they were supposed to pay them 1,000 naira to run a protest in Abuja, but they hadn't been paid, and that's why they were talking to the media about it. Facebook Nigeria Info 99.3, YouTube Nigeria Info FM. Did you take part in the Democracy Day marches? Did you go out? Do you think the Twitter ban affected the Democracy Day protests? What do you think about the turnout in different countries and different cities in Nigeria? What do you think about the police reaction in Lagos and Abuja? 0700-993-993-993. Don't forget, at 5 o'clock today, we're going to have Kingsley Mogalo join us to talk about the state of our democracy. Chris is in Okoko. Michael. Hello, Chris.
Hello, wonderful.
How are you? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm fine. Let me start by saying that, sincerely speaking, it's most unfortunate. Nigerian police shouldn't have done anything other than protecting the people, not what...
Oh no. Women, call me on 01465-7190. 01465-7190. We've got WhatsApp 080-959-75805. And we're still showing you footage from the weekend. If you are a fan of this show, if you listen to this show every day, you know that we start Mondays by bringing you the biggest stories of the weekend. And that's what we're doing today. And the biggest story from this weekend in Nigeria were the demonstrations on Democracy Day. So we had marches in Port Harcourt, Lagos, Oyo, Abuja, Benin, Jos as well. And you had different things that happen in these different parts of the country. And I've done my best to paint you a picture, even show you footage of what transpired in all of these parts of the country. You heard from the eyewitness in Ojota, you heard from the reporter from News Central, you heard from the police commissioner in Lagos, you heard from the protesters in London, you also heard from the protester in Benin talk about rather being a rebel than a slave. Did you take part on Saturday? Let's talk to Gladys. Hello, Gladys. Thank you very much for calling us.
Hello.
Hi, Gladys. How are you?
I'm fine, Sandra.
You need to turn your radio off, because I can still hear it. All right, go ahead. Gladys? Oh, no. Gladys, call back if you can. Hello. Sorry about that. Give us a call back. 0700-993-993-993. We're still streaming live on Facebook, and we've got so many comments. I don't know how I'm going to be able to take all these comments. Arthur Ehiosun says, it's a big shame. It's just too unfortunate. 1,000 naira to protest for a sitting president, a big shame. Huzo Halu Oscar says, I did not take part. The protest is a show of our national interest as individuals and as collectives. I'm not on the deterred waves of shooting of the tear gas by the authorities. All right, I don't know what that means, but thank you, Oscar. Nesty B. Black says, Nigerians are not serious. If not, who are police? Says somebody who probably did not even go out. Let's talk to Patrick in Ogun State. Hello, Patrick.
Hello, Auntie Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling today.
Yes, I'm happy to join you on this program.
Yes, I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller, and I'd like to share my view concerning what you're talking about.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Well, firstly, I would like to say I was born in Lagos, and all my life has been in Lagos. Okay. So, concerning the protest that is happening in Lagos, I think what I would just say today is that the EndSARS thing is yes, the EndSARS that was last year, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the EndSARS fever has already gone off Nigeria police. Okay. They've forgotten about it, and then they put on their coat of that unruly behavior that they always have in the public.
Okay.
So I think my view concerning Lagos generally, because all my life is being Lagos. You see, during Governor Fashola was a very good governor of Lagos, and he was doing the right thing. He was favoring the masses. But I won't like to mention it, but the present government, I think they are working under the voice of a particular man. So I don't want to mention name, which is against the rule. Fine. You see, we should all know that Lagos City is run by one man, and they must obey the voice of this particular man. So that is why police can harass the public. So that is my view concerning what is going on.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much for calling. But again, the Lagos State Governor isn't in charge of the police. The police answer to the IG in Abuja. The IG answers to the president. So really, was it up to the Lagos State government to tell the police, oh, don't rough handle the protesters? Now, of course, some people will say, well, he could have done what the Oyo State governor did, which is come out and join the protesters. If the governor in Lagos had joined the protesters, perhaps nobody would have arrested anybody. Nobody would have manhandled anybody. Nobody would have roughed up anybody. I should say, though, that Frank Mba has come out to say that nobody was arrested. He's the police PRO, the National Force PRO, and he came out to say that nobody was arrested on Saturday. Now, the videos that you're currently watching on our live feed seem to show a different story. Ikechukwu Onoha on YouTube says, how come the anti-Buhari protest in Abuja was dispersed? With police violence, but the pro-Buhari protest even had police securing them. Nnamdi Chukwu on YouTube also says police in Lagos did not handle the demonstrations well. All right. On Facebook, we've moved from YouTube now to Facebook. Awe Olorunshogo Bamidele says we need more governors like Seyi Makinde because there is no Baba Jagaban to disturb him in what he has in mind to do for the masses. He is a youth, oh I see, with good reason to serve the masses. Seyi Makinde is not a youth. But Olorunshogo is listening to us from Ibadan today. All right, thank you very much for tuning in from Ibadan. We love having you here. We've got Abiodo Olarenwaju, who says, my take on all of these issues is that everybody needs to be ready for 2023 elections. Let's get our PVCs to vote, vote in the right people, get actively involved in governance. It's obvious that this government does not support any form of protests. Speaking of, 28th of June, that's in 2 weeks, voter registration will commence. So if you want to transfer your polling unit, if you want to get a new card, if you want to register afresh, just start going to the offices from the 28th of June. I'm thinking about a campaign to get more people registered. I'm going to work it out and tell you all about it as soon as I have it worked out in my head. If you just turned 18, you are old enough to vote, and your vote could change things in this country, right? So get ready, June 28th. That's when the process will start, and you can start registering to vote. Let's go to WhatsApp. Well, we have some comments, right? On WhatsApp, Steven says, he just says, good evening, everyone. All right, Stephen, thank you very much for greeting us. Chris from Amua says, Sandra, thank you for the balanced reporting. However, I am compelled to ask, what narrative do we believe? Edo protesters saying that government mobilized enough security agents against them, while Edo citizens in Lagos are happy about how the governor provided security. Truth is selective and subject to whom is interpreting it. All right. Thank you, Chris, from Amuodofing. We've got Godwin Ilikeja who says this government doesn't have integrity. How can a government hire people to counter protests? Again, we don't know that it's the government that hired them. I mean, sometimes people, work to support a cause that they like. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily working with the approval of the people in charge. Hello, Sandra. I'm John from Ijegun. Well, Buhari saying the NSAS protest was organized to overthrow him is him being haunted by his past because he is known to overthrow democratic governments. Somebody on WhatsApp says, that's a message from Keno. Keno says the Twitter ban fueled the protest. The hashtag June 12 protest hit more than 2.3 million tweets that day. What saved the police and situation was that we didn't get any report of anybody being killed. If not, things were worse. All right. Edo State Governor provided security for protesters. Who is in charge of police and other security systems in Nigeria? Is it federal or state government? Later, we say state government don't have control over security apparatus. Nigerians, we like who we like. Abiona from Luth says. Abiona, thank you for your message. Okpeke Inde says, I'm not surprised with the police officers and the protesters. Nigerian people should never depend on the police. Sandra, 8 out of 10 police officers are political tools wearing Nigerian police uniform. They all got their job through slots. They will always protect their paymasters. If you go to both APC and PDP meeting, you'll see them whining and dining policemen and political thugs, all from the same party. Don't be deceived by the Commissioner of Police. They are all the same members of the party. Well, police officers are not members of political parties, but thanks for sending your message in. Sylvester from Ishefu Ayobo says, I wasn't surprised at all at the actions of the police against the peaceful protesters, having heard our president's appalling comment on Arise TV that NSAS protest was to remove him from office. Police actions simply could not have been carried out without the president's approval. All right, thank you very much for your message. We've got a message from Olaoluwa in Ijegun. A lot of people from Ijegun today. Olaoluwa says, my opinion is that we need to start searching for who can transform this country. We cannot continue like this. Speaking of, we have a guest joining us at 5 o'clock today, Kingsley Moghalu. He's joining us at 5 p.m. to take a look at the state of the country, to take a look at the state of our democracy. 5 p.m. That interview will come your way. 99.3, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hi. Okay, President Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Now, wow, long time. This is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sandra. For me, when I hear the Commissioner of Police, I feel bad. You hear that woman, that the one from Ojota, right?
Yes.
You can hear on the background how they were, is it the teargas or something they were shooting?
Yeah.
And my friend, Frank Mba, has to confirm that it's right for them to use, what is it called, tear gas.
Right.
And I hear those people say, oh, the girl was laughing, no? Say it's 1,000. And yet they never get the 1,000 naira. So I just want to give kudos to the people in Edo State and the one in Oyo. I want to say thank you to them. But Sandra, I'm not happy yesterday. The bad eggs in Nigerian police force, they robbed me yesterday, collected 70,000 naira from me.
Oh, no.
My tire, I had a sound on my car. I parked on Express coming from Oshodi.
Okay.
Before Tele. So I was looking at it, where this noise coming from? The Toyota Camry just come and blocked me. There were five men in number.
Okay.
Inspector come down, enter my steering. Another one, sergeant, enter the front of the car. They want to move. I quickly enter the back seat. They drove off. Take me back towards Oshodi.
Okay.
And the next thing, they started touching me. I said, what is it? What are you looking for? He said, yes, we've been looking for you. How much do you have there? They opened my compartment. Money I want to send to my aunties in the village. Two of them. One is 30, one is 40. You know, I split the money.
Right.
The sergeant collected it and give half of it to the inspector. Put it in your pocket. I think they don't want the other people to know.
So how do you know that they're police officers? The fact that they were wearing uniforms doesn't mean that they're police officers.
Oh my God! The old inspector, where did you get that? Because the guy was saying you are arguing with inspector, Nigerian police inspector. I said, what do you mean by argue? I said, the man, what have I done? I'm just trying to check out what is making noise in my car. They take the money.
Did they tell you what your crime was?
No, they say, why did I park on the highway? I said, no, you can see I'm just looking at my front tire to see what is making noise there. They Toyota Camry, but it's painful I didn't get the license plate. What I just get is AA115. The other figure I couldn't get it. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm terribly... Did you get the names of any of them?
No, there was no time for me to check because I was in back seat.
Yeah.
But the one in front, the sergeant, the way he talks, the intonation, I know he's from Edo. And I was saying, my friend, you are from Edo State, right? He said, why are you arguing with inspector? Before he last, they stopped and come out of my car, asked me to move.
Well, Chris, I'm terribly sorry you experienced this, but, this is not what we're talking about, and I wouldn't want us to derail the conversation. But I am very sorry you experienced that. I do hope that there's some way that you can get justice. Have you considered perhaps going to a police station to file a formal complaint, maybe? Let's talk to Michael in Victoria Island. Hello, Michael. Michael, are you there? We don't have Michael there anymore. 99.3, hello.
Hi, Sandra.
How are you? What's your name?
Yeah, Somaga.
Hello?
Somaga,
good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Yes, Sandra, you asked a question about why the government sees protests, why they're afraid of protests.
Right.
And I think I have an answer to it.
Okay.
You know the current government came to power through protests.
Okay.
we have pictures of them, all over the
Protesting.
place, protesting,
Right.
including the president himself.
Right.
So they don't see protest as a means of, as what it is actually, they see it as a weapon.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So they protested and got power. So whenever people protest, they see them as coming against them. You understand? So it's not like a kind of Obuma Dekwika Magaya's kind.
Dad, it's Father's Day on Sunday.
I know that.
There's one more thing, Dad.
And what is it?
Cody and the Kids Family Fun Day on Father's Day.
Oh, wow. That means we have a place to go. Yay!
Yes, come enjoy exciting time, games, music, dance, and so much more at Cody and the Kids Family Fun Day. Date Sunday, June the 20th. Time 12 noon. Venue Union Bank Sports Center, Eric Moore Junction, Bode Thomas, Surulere. Gate fee 2,000 naira only. Available at www.ariatickets.com or call 0806 271 0485. All COVID-19 protocols will be duly observed. Cody and the Kids is brought to you by Twin Doves Concept, powered by Nevada Bridge TV, supported by Mr. Choco, Amazing Day Instant Cereal, and Ole Backed. Media partners Cool FM, Wazobia FM, and Nigeria Info.
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We are back. We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Sorry about that. So my guy, perhaps call back if you can. So my guy was talking about a famous Igbo saying, a person who, kills by the knife does not allow the knife to come anywhere close to the back of his head. All right, we've got Abdul Rafiu Alaba Alakpe, who says, Sandra, so you too believe in that protesters that claim President Buhari gave them 1,000 to protest in favor of him? Well, they didn't say President Buhari gave them 1,000. They said that they were asked to come and protest, that they'll be giving 1,000 naira. And what are they protesting for? To say that they stand with Buhari. You saw the video for yourself now. You heard them for yourself. In case you didn't, let me play it for you again.
How much again? How much?
For 1,000 naira. That's what bring us come here. For 1,000 naira.
You support who? You support who?
Baba Buhari.
Have you collected your own 1,000? Have you collected your own?
I've never collected 1,000. 10,000 naira.
Your own is 10. How?
My own. Oga. Come here. I come here for 1,000.
Please stand there.
All right, so Sandra didn't say it. You heard it straight from the mouth of one of the quote-unquote protesters. Alaba Alakme also says, look, don't let anyone fool you, dear. Well, it's Sandra. Not dear. And then he goes on to say, and Governor Makinde is in opposition. So all these troubles happening in Nigeria are the handiwork of the opposition. I'm not surprised at all. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Alaba, for your message on Facebook. Facebook is still available for your messages. Nigeria Info 99.3. We've got WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp is 080 959 75805. Hello. All right. There's nobody there. Hello. All right. Call us back if you can. Women, call us on 014657190. At 4 o'clock, we're going to talk about being discriminated against when you try to rent. Has it ever happened to you? Huh? Charles from Lekki says, Sandra Patu Tommy for president. Okay. We've got more people who are sending us messages. Collins says, it's obvious the federal government has failed and they don't want aggrieved Nigerians to protest. Where is our democracy under this Buhari administration? It's quite unfortunate that the Nigerian police are always active on the peaceful protesters, but the bandits, kidnappers and Boko Haram are having a field day. Kudos to Sheyi Makinde and Governor Obaseki for allowing and joining the protests. All right. Gati Nation says, Sandra, it's so painful seeing the people who are supposed to protect us treat us like criminals. Where are our rights? Do we even have rights at all? These police will be the last to come to crime scenes, but they will be the first to come to protest grounds. It's a pity. Victor from Lagos says, I'm just joining now. We've got more comments here. All governments and politicians deliberately don't want democracy to work for evil, greedy, selfish, heartless, mean, callous, senseless, brainless, and pathetic reasons. Wow. Nigerians in the diaspora organized and protested peacefully without being attacked by security agents who organized and arranged to finance the sponsoring of payments for pro-Buhari protesters. Why can't the security agents go after these sponsors and organizers? But the security agents know how to go after innocent citizens exercising their constitutional fundamental rights, protesting peacefully. You didn't leave your name, but I thank you for sending your message. We'll take a final message here from Archbishop Roberts from Ikorodu, who says, I passed through Ojota around 3 p.m. on Saturday and I saw the Commissioner of Police in dialogue with protesters. Mr. Dumoshun was previously with RRS in the early to late 2017. He's a gentleman. I want to believe the state government won't want a breakdown of law and order. If anyone was mishandled by any zealous police officer, reports should be made and the state government will respond. Thank God no life was lost, no anarchy, and no violence. Archbishop Olusegun Roberts, thank you very much for your message. Let's bring you business news. After the business news, we will bring you Madam Landlord. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
Everybody talks. But we keep you informed 24/7.
Do they understand what the Constitution is about? They're supposed to be the ones that would say, okay, well, you can protest, but don't do this, don't do that.
Look, protest is part of democracy. Whether it's or not, it's part of democracy. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.